Here we have a video of painting the lilies, just 3 of Tamara's and Picca's, and I'm just gonna do it quick. Pause when you need to. Sorry, can't be there, but here we go. First lily we have in the background. I do a very general sphere there, and then I'm going to carry that down. It's pretty much like a light V shape, and then it's got that little curve in there. Great. Next lily, we have pretty much a heart. Simple as that. You could do the sketchy style, one big confident line, whatever works. And then over here, we have another heart facing this way. And there we go. Easy peasy. Now we're going to add detail to our simple shapes. We go down and over. We have a little hook right there. And then we go up, over, down. There is that lily. The lines we need to erase are just right here. Ta-da! Next, add some detail to this guy. We go over here and we make a little squiggle. And that is it for that guy. Oh, nope, we're gonna add the bottom. So just this little, see how it flares out a tiny bit where the stem is. Great. And then we'll save this last one that had the most detail. Right underneath this heart, we're going to do a hook, little crescent shape. Erase this line right here. And then from this line, we are going to, there's one side, little shape right there as well. And then this guy, so you have a little shark fin or something right there. Shape this out a little bit more. We go over, down, up and around and whoop. Good. Yes, you are doing awesome, even though I can't see you. All right, and then we're gonna do that little bit right there. Pop. This guy goes up, and this guy goes down. And we got 2 more little lines in here. One goes whoop, and the other one is a continuation of this line. Kind of goes over and down. Great. And we'll erase those lines. So I did these fairly dark. I pushed pretty hard on the lines here, all of these. Before I move on to that, let's finish this, sorry. And I'm gonna go down here, over here, hook. Now we're gonna add all our stems in there. So we got this stem shooting out from that side. This stem we're gonna make go down a little bit. Imaginary line goes down, down, off, away from the corner. Very good. And then this last one a little thicker. Down, down. There we go. We got our 3 lilies. Feel free to play with the shapes. So last thing we're gonna do, because we're doing a little bit of a speed painting here, I'm going to darken these lines. Don't feel like you have to do exactly what I'm doing. Reshape anything you want. This does not look like the original. Yours is not gonna look like this. We're all making our own special versions, is what I like to say. And right now I'm just darkening all these lines, just a simple tracing idea. And then that way, when we go to paint the background and you paint over these lines, they will not disappear because you have just worked so hard on them. And if they do disappear, that's okay. It means probably went a little thick with the paint. But you made them the first time, so they will reappear. All the things I'm saying in my head are just instances that I come across in class all the time. But the biggest one is just trust the process, and you know, at the end it all turns out all right. And don't forget to breathe. Take a deep breath right now. Breathe out the mouth, the nose, whatever. You will have these 3 brushes, a big kind of flattish one, a medium kind of flattish one, and a pokey one. Pokey as in small. We're going to put all of those into the water. First thing we're going to do is our background, and we're going to do a lilac-y darkish. We're going to start with a lilac-y. So I'm going to take the big brush, do a little squeegee action on the side of the cup, and then pat, push down on both sides. And to make a lilac, you'll take your extra plate or extra space that you have for mixing. You'll take a little bit of the white and then just a touch of the blue and a touch of the red. This, watch, is going to go a long, long way when mixing with the white. And push, push, push. Be real loose with the wrist here. And really, this is the color I'm going to do for the background, but you are welcome to choose whatever colors you like. And in the background, it doesn't have to be exact. Feel free to, play with different colors. If you want to take it all the way around the edges, it looks a little nicer when you hang it up on your walls at home. I know these are going front and center wherever you do hang them up, or the garage, or the box, or get painted over to recycle, but I hope you love them. Or the kids' classroom. Whatever you guys are feeling. And then sometimes, see how I'm doing like a super thin layer? That way it kind of helps spread out, and it's also going to help dry the background quicker. I'm going all around. And then I ran out of paint, so I'm gonna make a little more. I'm adding white, and this time I'm gonna go a little heavier with the blue, just so I can do a little gradient action in the background. Tiny touch of red to that. Still makes all that difference. So potent, these colors. Tiny touch does all that. Cool. So, just gonna, when you're working with gradients, I'll do some painting right next to the other color, hard pressure with the brush, and then I'll go next to the other color and I'll do a little lighter pressure, a little lighter, and then you see that kind of like fade gradient, that nice light pressure of the bristles. Take a little dab of water. Keep it spreading all the way around till we get our whole background. And then, no big deal if you do go over your lilies, because we can just paint with it. We're using acrylic paints, which are plastic based. So that means they dry fairly quickly. And then if you want to, you can just like layer and layer and layer right on top of each layer of paint. So if you keep it fairly thin, then it will dry fairly quickly, and then you'll be able to work it. Sound good? Yay. All right, awesome. Filling all this in. I don't have the editing tools to fast forward this part. I probably do, I just don't know them, so I'm just gonna keep blabbering. Feel free to mute me at any time. I have no idea. You guys say do whatever you want right now. I can't hear you. Gonna go around that little corner. Yay. Oh, it's so mesmerizing just watching the paints all spill together. It's like your own little screensaver. Watching it all flow. And then don't forget the little spaces in between these stems down here. And we'll go up and over. A little gradient over there as well. Under, we'll pull it up, 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 up. And like that. Good. And again, just like really working the wrist there. I do a lot of rotating of the brush in between my fingers too. And that helps with those curves, getting around those lines. Do, 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 do. All right, again, if I do go over those lines where the pencil marks are, no big deal. Just gonna put white over there and a wee bit. And then a lot of times too in the background, I'll just take a little bit of white if I'm working with a lighter color, and that just helps blend in. So you can tell I'm not like super worked up about having any exact colors covering this. We just kind of blend it together. So a little red and blues, a little heavier in the reds in some sections, blues in the other. All right, so I think we'll just keep that nice and simple like so. And I think that's it for a big brush. So thank you, big brush. It's been real. Set it in the water so it doesn't, the paint does not dry up on the bristles. Grab your medium brush. This might be a little scary, but we're going to add this little bit of pretty shadow. So when I say little bit, just take the teeniest, tiniest bit of black, and we're going to take it on the left underside of the flowers here. Again, we're just going to push hard at first and do that nice light blend to get it in. So I'm not using much black at all, just the tiniest bit. I haven't even re-dipped it for the shadows down here. I'm just going lighter and lighter. A nice soft touch. Get that little moment of quiet. You can hear the bristles against the canvas. It's quite nice. I think I might have a little extra black up here, so I am going to smooth it out. Keeping that color, and then just pull it down here. About that much paint still in there. And I'll do another shadow down from the side. Pull it up and over. Woo. And yeah, I can cheery little brush strokes on. Yeah. Oh, good. Feeling that? Awesome. And bring it up and over and around. Get a little darker there. And then just that light touch next to it. Smooth it out. Good. Lovely. Oh, I love this talking to the camera. Pretending like I'm Bob Ross. All that soothing talk. You got this. Beautiful. Nice. I have a book over there with a bunch of his quotes. Should bust some out. Or just keep working mine. I feel like he would appreciate it either way. All right. So, might look a little funky now, but it is going to make sense, I promise. We are going to clean that brush out. And then we're going to make green. You guys remember your primary colors? Oh yes, very good. We have them all set up here. To make green, what we do is we first go heavy with the yellow. And then, again, the blue goes a really long way when mixing with the yellow. So just a tiny touch comparatively. And watch these two blend together. Blending yours together on your extra plate, extra space, wherever you get it. And you're more than welcome to play with the different greens. We got a super bright neon-y green happening here. And I'm gonna start with this one. I'm gonna fill in all the stem areas. One. Went a little outside the lines. Not freaking out. Going to survive. Deep breaths. Filling this in. I am going a little above the shadow because as you can tell with the light pressure, you can tell it's going to blend in. And a little bit of the black pulling away as well. Totally cool because we are actually going to play with these stems even a little bit. So this is all blended in, pulled over. Yeah, good. So with that, then I'm gonna take a teeny tiny touch of white. Not washing out the brush or anything first. And the light is coming in from this direction. So I'm going to fill in or just add that little bit of white to the tops of my stems on the right side. And I might even do this later after the green has dried, because right now it's pretty much just like blending in, unless I do a little thicker. That one's not as much because it's underneath. And remember, you can always just be like, hey, I'm going for impressionistic, abstract, painterly. As long as you're enjoying the process, that's what I care most about. And then to go a little darker underneath, I'm going to add a little more touch of blue to my green. And I got a little bit darker green here. I'm going to work that up on the left side of the stem. Just that light touch halfway. We're covering half of that cylinder. Yeah. And then sometimes to work that super straight line, I'll show you that again. I'll like have this blob I'm not sure if you can see that, but this glob at the end of my brush, and then I'll work that glob down the line, and that tends to flow a little smoother because the bristles are all totally covered in paint, and sometimes that's the issue when you're trying to make that straight line. There's just too many bristles everywhere, and so you get every single little bristle hair mark. That makes sense. So there, we got some stems. Look good? Looks great. Now we are going to create a very nice white cream color. And don't be shy when cleaning out your brushes to really push it hard against the bottom of your cup, because paint will build up in the bottom of your bristles, so you really got to push to clean it out, especially when you're going to use white, because white is so sensitive. It'll pick up on any little thing. All right, I'm going to take that white, and then to get our little off-white, I'm going to take a little tiny touch of yellow. Blend that in. Now we have our nice white creamish color. And again, we'll work layers here. To start off, I'm pretty much just going to straight fill this in. Again, working that glob up against the edges. And then when you filled in all that detail on the sides here, see the acrylic too, that black should be dry by now, because we just used a nice thin layer, and then you can paint over all these pencil lines that you already made. Woo. So we have a base there, and let's give them all a little base to work with. Working that glove all the way around and up over here. And we'll take that globe up and over here. And work it down over here. Over there. And if I need to make a little more, which it looks like I do, no big deal. See, and like just adding that little bit of weight to my already pile, that'll work just fine. Because we're working in layers with these lilies. I'm going to add extra paint on these because we want these guys to really stand out. That's going to create more depth, adding thicker, more layers of paint to our blooms here. Working that glove. Sorry if you see the top of my hair there. Alright, and then again, you know, just working this video. Banana bread should be ready. If you are ahead of me or like not caught up, either way, fast forward or I'm gonna get this top layer and quickly get that banana bread out so this doesn't dry up too quickly. I will pause and then you guys will start the next video to get into the details. And probably want to start it fairly quickly, not a big deal. I'm gonna pull this banana bread out really quickly, give it the little knife in the middle, make sure it's all done. Hopefully it is, because you want this to still be kind of wet to work our extra layers in there. Again, leave the brushes in the water while I'm not using. We'll be back shortly.